welcome to this Liberal Democrat campaign launch, and I am excited for the weeks ahead. I am excited to stand here as your candidate for Prime Minister, because a Liberal Democrat government will stop Brexit and build a brighter future. Some people will ask, what's happened to the Liberal Democrats? Why are they being so ambitious all of a sudden? We're being ambitious because we can be and because we have to be. Politics is in a state of flux. The fault line is no longer about left versus right. It's about values. Whether we are open or closed, liberal, authoritarian. We all know this. The only uncertainty is what will emerge. Whether, as the two big old tired parties hope, that things will go back to business as usual. Or whether this is a moment of more seismic change. Whether a new and different politics can emerge. Millions of voters have that choice in their hands at this election. Don't let anyone tell you what has to happen. Change is possible, and you get to choose. Like the MPs, like Luciana, like Sam, like Sarah, like Chuka, who chose to join the Liberal Democrats, to leave those tired old parties that are stuck in the past and join us and be part of creating something new and exciting for our politics, for our country. Like the millions of voters who chose to elect Liberal Democrat MEPs earlier this year, for the first time in a century, seeing the Liberal Democrats beat both the Conservatives and the Labour Party in a national election. Like the tens of thousands of new Liberal Democrat members and activists who have joined our party, swelling our numbers, and who are getting stuck in, some of them already standing to be MPs at this election. And why are we experiencing this success? It's because of our values. It's because that is what many people feel is under threat. Since that referendum result in 2016, it wasn't just about EU institutions and what you thought of the European Parliament and the European Commission or the Council. It's about who we are as a country. It's about the choices that we make. Whether or not we think it's a good thing to work with other countries, with our closest neighbours, to meet our shared challenges, both as the UK family of nations and also in our European Union. It's about whether you think it makes sense to tackle the climate emergency as 28 countries together, governments agreeing and acting in unison to have more power and more influence to make the changes we need to save our planet for future generations. It's about whether you think we are better working together to rebalance the relationship between business and society, when you have the power of 500 million consumers together. It's about recognising that all four nations of our country are better when we are standing strong together. Scotland, England, Wales, Northern Ireland, our wonderful United Kingdom. I will never stop fighting for our United Kingdom because we are stronger together and it is precious and we must not let people wreck it. Yeah. It's about recognising that immigration is good for our country. It helps our public services. We all benefit from people coming here and contributing to our society. about realising that society is stronger for the advances that have been made by feminism, by LGBT rights, by fighting against racism. It's about recognising that our humanity does not stop at our borders. We have to do this, Liberal Democrats. This is not a normal election. It's not a typical choice about whether you want the red team or the blue team to be in government for a few more years. In other times, in these circumstances, Liberal Democrats might have looked to double our seats, maybe a bit more. Our country needs us to be more ambitious right now, and we are rising to that challenge. Because this choice is about the future of our country for generations to come. It is not about the red team or the blue team, because on this issue, they merge into one. Both Labour and the Conservatives want to negotiate and deliver Brexit. I never thought that I would stand here and say that I'm a candidate to be Prime Minister. But when I look at Boris Johnson and Jeremy Corbyn, I am absolutely certain I could do a better job than either of them. Determined that we do this. Determined to do everything that we can. Because I will not let the future of my children, of all of our children, be wrecked because someone said there are unwritten rules in politics that the Liberal Democrats can't aim for government. Anyone who says that is wrong. This is an election, it's about a choice, and people can choose a Liberal Democrat government. That Boris Johnson only cares about Boris Johnson. He is not fit to be Prime Minister. He has always put his own interest ahead of the national interest. Even way back to when he decided which side he was going to back in the referendum campaign. Most people picked a side because of what they believed and genuinely argued for that position. Not Boris Johnson, no. He wrote 2 different columns and decided which one would give him the best chance of being Prime Minister. What more do you need to know that shows he is unfit to be Prime Minister? He lied to the Queen, he lied to Parliament, and he lied to the country. And we know that in this election, he's going to head around the country trying to flog his bad Brexit deal. But we all know the damage that that will do to our economy. With his big lies, his brash promises, and his attitude to women, it's clear who Boris Johnson is modelling himself on. Donald Trump. Of course, Donald Trump thinks that Boris is a wonderful guy, a great gentleman. I'm not sure that Donald Trump is the best arbiter of who's a gentleman. But Britain deserves better than Britain's Donald Trump. And Jeremy Corbyn. Where do we start? Jeremy Corbyn will not give you a straight answer on the biggest issue facing this country. It is clear a vote for Labour is a vote for Brexit. Every single time Jeremy Corbyn refuses to say whether he would vote to remain or leave, it's clear that Remainers cannot trust Jeremy Corbyn with their votes. Boris Johnson says he wants to get Brexit done. Just this morning, Jeremy Corbyn is in Harlow giving a speech about how he would get Brexit sorted. Spot the difference. Red or blue, it's all Brexit. It's all bad for our country. And wanting to stay in Europe is about choosing the kind of country that we want to be. whether we are open or closed, whether we're generous or selfish, whether we stand united with our friends or stand alone in the world, whether we say no to the populists in the White House and the Kremlin or follow their example, whether we fight for our children's future or gamble with their chance in life. We can have hope. It can be different. We can stop Brexit, and we Liberal Democrats will stop Brexit. And when we stop Brexit, we will be able to use that Remain bonus to invest in our public services. We're the only party standing up to say that we will stop Brexit and build a brighter future. And everybody knows Brexit has taken longer and cost more than anyone said that it would. But any type of Brexit will damage our economy, will cost jobs, and starve our public services of the resources that they need. So we know that that Remain bonus will be £50 billion that we can spend on our public services, investing in our schools and in the welfare system to help the poorest in our society. So every vote for the Liberal Democrats is a vote to stop Brexit and invest that £50 billion in our public services. Because for too many people, things aren't working like they should be. Our country needs change. Because too often working hard and playing by the rules is not enough. Not enough to guarantee a happy and secure future for themselves and their family. 1 in 5 people in the UK are living in poverty, of which 4.6 million are children. When I think of the constituents that I've seen in my surgery, having to wait 5 weeks to get their universal credit payments, relying on charity and goodwill of neighbours to make ends meet in the interim. When you think about the chances in life that people have, the life expectancy of a baby boy born down the road in Kensington and Chelsea, 9 years longer than a baby boy born in Blackpool. We can do better. Our country can be better. My vision is to have a country where if someone works hard and plays by the rules, they are rewarded with a decent home, enough money to get by and live with dignity. Where every child and young person is nurtured and supported to become whoever they want to be, no matter who their parents are, how much money they have, or the colour of their skin. Where the most vulnerable can always get the help they need, with no judgment or sanction. Where every single person can be themselves, be who they are, and thrive in our society. We all achieve more when we do it together. A brighter future is possible. So many people have felt dismay in recent years when they look at our politics, but I know we can be better than this. There is a brighter future possible. So at this election, vote Liberal Democrat to stop Brexit and build a brighter future.